Hi guys, today we're looking at the Gokko Sonic Fuel Overdrive pedal. The Sonic Fuel is an awesome sounding and looking overdrive pedal with a great EQ section and more than enough drive to cover a whole lot of different styles. All of this comes in a beautifully designed box that'll really complement your pedal board. And with true bypass, it's ready to go. Okay, so let's plug it in and check it out. Alright, so we're ready to get started here. So just a couple of things that I wanted to make note of. Everything that we're playing through here today is going through the Gokko pedals. Now what I basically mean is we're going direct. We've got the Sonic Fuel drive pedal, and as a main amp or main preamp, I'm using the Gokko Vintage Drive, which is a kind of an American style classic amp preamp model. And then just to add a little bit of ambience, we're going to use the Gokko dripping delay, which is a very nice analog delay sound. And then after that, it's just going into a direct box with a speaker simulator in it, and then it's going right into my Roland quad capture, and then right into the laptop. So without any additional tone, this is just the vintage drive all by itself. Alright, so let's turn on the Sonic Fuel. So everything is set roughly at about 12 o'clock here, so let's just go ahead and get that going. Alright, so let's start monkeying with some of the volume here, volume and gain. So we'll set the gain to about 3 o'clock here, and let's hear what that sounds like. So definitely a richer sounding gain, but not thin at all. Alright, let's keep going. So we'll crank the gain up full. So very musical, even at its highest gain setting. It doesn't thin it out or anything there. right, so let's bring the game back a little bit, and let's try it with some little more treble here. So we'll bring the treble up around 3 o'clock. Well, yeah. All right, that's not bad actually. So I was just switching pickups and doing a little bit of roll off there on the guitar. There we go. Really nice hollow sounding drivey kind of tone there. Even with treble up high, that's pretty warm. Like not thinny or brittle sounding at all. All right, so, and then if we go all the way up. I mean, depending on what you're playing, obviously, it's going to bring out highs there. But for just the front pick, if you wanted to cut through a little bit there, that would work. So I could imagine like adding a little bit more fuzz to that. That would probably be... rattling on the B there. But I mean, I've got the treble cranked. I think I'm expecting a little too much there. All right, so that's with the treble all the way cut. I mean, even still, it's not bad if you just wanted a tiny little less definition in your tone. Or you just kind of wanted to sit back in the mix a little bit. Cool. Okay, so let's bring the gain. Well, actually, let's leave the gain because I really liked the sound of that. And we'll put the treble back up around 12 o'clock again. And then let's look at the bass. So we'll bring the bass right off. And the bass is off. Oh, wait a second here. So... So you see how it's still picking out that low B there. Kind of like that. All right, anyways, I'm just having fun with this. Okay, so bring it up a little bit. Coming back to life. So that's pretty cool. So if you wanted to cut the bottom end a little bit. All right, so back up to 12 o'clock. So the presence is coming back in again. All right, so I'm still on the front pickup, so let's bring it back to the bridge and bring the volume back up. Kind of back to where we started here, so let's take it up to 3 o'clock. Yeah, so it's getting a little more punchy in the bottom there. Alright, so that's not bad at all. Okay, so up full. Okay, so we're kind of pushing the preamp at this point, I think. Yeah, we're getting some crackle there. So obviously more bass than you could ever possibly need, but I mean, if you were using straight single coils and you needed to fatten it up, I could see you using that bass. Well, maybe not completely at full, but in any case, it's got lots there. All right. Okay, so we're basically back to where we started. Let's add some delay in here. So it's the Gokko dripping delay, and we will add a little bit of analog sound there. Very good. Okay, so a very musical pedal. What I really enjoyed here, just going through the run-through, was, well, two things, obviously. One was the gain is not thin. So if you need extra punch in the gain stage, it didn't thin out your tone, which is awesome. The volume... So the volume it reacts more before 12 o'clock, but it's definitely there. So the gain is very musical throughout all the stages here. Really liked how the gain is nice and juicy and fat. Great rhythm tone. Okay, and then the EQ settings are very musical as well, and they didn't really thin things out too much. You had lots of what's the word I'm looking for? Lots of musical tone out of there. I took it all the way back. I took the treble all the way back. It got me out of the mix a little bit, but was still kind of there. It cranked all the way up with the front. Just the front pickup on there gave me a nice spanky single coil sort of tone there without making it super thin. So the EQing on there is really nice. The gain on there is really nice, and it's a really nice looking pedal, so you can't knock that either. All right, so we'll do a wrap up right after this. All right, so what do we think of the Gokko Sonic Fuel Overdrive? Well, it was really hard to find a bad tone out of this pedal. The gain stage was really well built. whether you were using a little bit of gain or whether you were cranking it right up, the gain was always a nice full tone. There was really no thinning out of the tone at all. It was very enjoyable to play. So whether you just wanted a mild bit of gain for a boost, or whether you were just trying to rock it out, it didn't really thin out, and it reacted well with the volume rolling back, and you could really get a decent tone from the gain. The treble and the bass were very full sounding as well. I guess what you could say is it's got a nice fat tone. So if you're using single coils and you want to beef them up a little bit, or if you're just trying to pull back a little bit in the mix and just have a little bit of a gain sounding with standard humbucking pickups, you really aren't going to struggle to find a decent tone out of this pedal. I really enjoyed playing it, and I hope you enjoyed listening to it. One of the things that you will want to note when you're ordering a Gokko pedal is it's a power supply only pedal. So I'm making some noise here, but you're going to get a 9-volt adapter if you want to use it with a battery. But if you're already using a power supply in your pedal board, it's not really much of a concern. So I hope you liked the video. I really enjoyed playing it. You can find more about the Sonic Fuel at GokkoAudio.com. And thanks so much for watching. And don't forget to click that bell and subscribe. All right, have an awesome day.